G'day, it's Leighton here for our 15th episode. So today, as you can see, we're back at Mt Coolum. So today we're catching up with John J. O'Brien, better known as JJ, who's one of the better known climbers here. He's probably done more climbs on Mt Coolum than anyone else has. Yeah, he's also managed an outdoor rec centre locally here for about 8 or 9 years, as well as running his own business, doing corporate adventure sort of stuff. So he was around here somewhere, so let's go see if we can find him. So JJ, tell us what you're working on today. What adventure are we going on?
Today and every other day for the past year, this is Evel Knievel. So I've done the same start as Evel Wears My Pants, the original route straight up. I've done that took me 5 years. Space Oddity, which is another variant heading over that way, that took another year. And then Evel Knievel is this one, after about a year on that now. So I think 96 shots so far. I was hoping to crack it in under 100, but that's been optimistic, I think. The conditions are probably not it today.
How'd that feel, JJ, for your first run up it?
The friction was not ideal. It was sort of okay at the start. I thought it was going to be reasonably good. Then I got up into that knee bar there and I just started sweating. It was just the holds just need to be perfect, and they weren't perfect.
Yeah. So JJ, tell us a bit about yourself, a bit about your personal life.
What I do for a job, I own a cafe, wine bar. So I'm a barista and a cook, not a chef. I have family and children and grandchildren, 4 grandchildren. About climbing, I haven't been climbing all my life, although I did a little bit at school a long time ago. But climbing sort of been a more recent thing. I really didn't start seriously getting into it till I was well over 40, 45 or so. Sort of passion at the moment is the cafe wine bar, and it's about just delivering the best, most interesting, exciting, nourishing sort of experience, rich with a lot of decoration and adornment and music. So it's a very rich sort of experience. Like.
Is that the one that's on your shirt? Or is that a different shirt?
On the back. Is that it? Soma.
Soma.
That's it?
Yeah, cool.
Got to add that on.
Cool. So JJ, tell us, this climb here is pretty epic, but what's been your absolute most epic adventure you've been on?
Most of my rock climbing experiences are not particularly epic, because I'm a sport climber. I just hang around in the cave, and many years ago ventured to South America with my brother to climb Mt Aconcagua, and that turned out to be a little bit more epic than we imagined. We ended up in filthy conditions in this high valley. I did every Gumby trick in the book. There was this big spur that came out into the valley, and there was a little sort of faint track leading up over the spur, and we thought, here's a shortcut, we'll go up there. It was more or less, the scree had slid away in some sort of slip, and there was just sort of gravelly rock exposed, and it was really slippery. And I, being a climber, I just sort of tiptoed across it, held it to it. My brother thought, no, that's not. I think, I'll see you on the other side. So we actually separated for, I don't even know how long. It was hours, and we had no tents, we had no food. Oh, we had a couple of Mars bars or something in our pockets. And it was sort of getting dark, and the best we could do was just pick out a really big boulder up ahead, and we headed for that. Just piled a few rocks and stuff and just tucked in the lee of the boulder because it was freezing wind coming down there. Best we could do was get into our packs, so we emptied out our packs, rolled up the throats, came up to about here or something. Peter had a little thermometer swinging on his jacket, and we looked at that, and it was minus 14. It was minus 14, no sleeping bags, no tents, and windy as all get out. So we just huddled in. So we just lit a couple of blocks of hex and then put this tin, balanced it on a couple of stones, put some water in. I had, for some reason, a packet of lemon barley powder in my pocket, tipped that in there, and that just sort of kept us alive. I think I did that twice, and it just kept us alive till the dawn. There were still hours to base camp Inferior. Met up with the group. They got there the day before and camped there. And on that summit morning there, we had agreed to meet some other people. They were late in our tent, so we were standing around for probably half an hour in the pre-dawn, just waiting. My feet just froze. My whole body just froze. I had to get back in the tent. I couldn't go on that attempt. It took me a couple of hours to warm up, and I went out again by myself to head for the summit, not a Gumbiera. No idea where to go. I was just sort of following various trails that went through snow and ice and scree and stuff. Got up to a point, I hung around there for a while, and I actually went to sleep, which is another thing they say, do not do that. So I was by myself, up at 21 or 2,000 feet or something, asleep, somewhere I didn't know where I was. And I woke up and I thought, oh, it's Peter, I can hear him. And I was just hearing these voices. He wasn't there. It was just, Finally went back down, and the group returned, and Peter wasn't with them, my brother. And they said, oh, he's behind us or something. And I waited for ages, and then just before sunset, I thought, oh, this is not good. So I got dressed again and started the ascent again, and found him just before sunset, and he was on his last legs. He was really on his last legs. And together we made it back to base camp, back to the high camp, and another couple of days back to base camp. But he had suffered such damage from the cold to his feet that he had trouble descending. I did too, but not to the same extent. It was a year before I could feel my toes. And I had to actually go down to base camp, see the doctor, get some bleeding pain and an injection, go up and numb Peter's toes, and then we put his feet in several pairs of socks and then crampon bags. So we couldn't go back in the boots. So he walked down with his feet just wrapped up in crampon bags. Yeah, that was a bit of an epic.
It sounds epic.
That was an epic sort of adventure.
And you've been sport climbing ever since.
Been a sport climber ever since.
So JJ, you managed a outdoor rec centre. So tell us about your worst moment working with kids.
Well, there's been a lot of horror moments. I think when I started managing this school camp, it was on my very first day. We had a grammar school, and this kid, a big kid, and I've got to say, big dopey kid, took a pretty hard landing from the abseil. He came down flat on his back. He hit the ground. I actually saw it. He hit the ground and then recoiled a bit, which means that the rope had taken up, which means he didn't hit with a full terminal velocity. In the events immediately and a little bit after that, it just became really complicated with everyone telling their uneducated story of what they saw happening. Teachers are saying things like, he fell from the top of the tower. No one fell anywhere. He's caught by the rope, and just trying to fight all these opinions, and then calling the ambulance, and me this is my first day managing it. It was a terrifying experience. The responsibility, trying to manage everyone's recounts of stories is probably one of the most challenging things. Without confronting that person recounting that story, for the purpose of not amplifying it, for the purpose of not becoming, ending up in court. I've been sued before, and it's a gut-wrenching thing. You lose hair, you go grey. It's a scary experience being sued for things that didn't even happen. How would it look in court? I think is probably the best lesson I could give to any outdoor instructor. If the answer is, the instructors were saying, hey, do this and do that, and jump off backwards and do things, well then the environment that has been created is one of recklessness and daring and challenging in unknown ways. Whereas if the message that you're constantly giving the group, and therefore the teachers are saying everything, is consistent with a controlled, safe message, anything else, and it's not documented, and the slightest thing goes wrong, and you're on your arse.
So JJ, following up from that story about being sued and all that sort of nightmarish sort of stuff, there's got to be some positive moments in there. So what's been your highlight or most rewarding story or moment?
This is nothing new to anyone that's been anywhere near outdoor adventure training, and that's just seeing people discover, bits about their personality that they're happy to discover, their bravery and their love of something new and interesting, and there's so many opportunities for that to happen. Unexpected kids too, so kids that have had a low standing in the class, in the school social hierarchy, suddenly finding that they're in it. They're pegged differently against other kids who might be, have more esteem amongst the other kids. So that's a cool thing. Yeah.
Cool. So third go, do you reckon you get it this time, or you're not feeling it?
I'm going to say no this time, but that doesn't mean I won't. It's just, some days you just go right onto it. Maybe not this time.
Maybe not.
Just being realistic.
So JJ, what's some final parting advice for anyone getting into the outdoor rec industry?
I was doing it for a long time, multiple decades. This is what I insisted all the instructors understand, however they didn't. But I'd say, you one-on-one with some student, and whether it's climbing up a ladder or going across a cable or something like that. They say, is it scary? You say, hell yes. Yeah, it's scary. It's really scary. So don't try to, they know when you're lying. They're scared, so yes, it's scary. Or I'd say, are you scared? They say yes. Yeah, well then it's scary. What I do and what I insist that other people do is that the second someone says, I don't want to do it, you do not say, just do a little bit more. Or, you do it, if I do it, will you do it? Something. No. When they say, I don't want to do it, you say, cool, don't do it, let's go. Back down to the ground, straight away. Because two things happen. One is that person will then trust you not to take them to a fear zone where they don't want to go, where they don't think they can cope with it. So they'll trust you that when they say, I've had enough, they're out of there. So that builds the trust. And then the other thing is that when you stop them short of their potential, innately they just want to have another go, and they just want to try a little bit further, especially when they know that you're going to support them when they say it's enough. So that gives them the opportunity to explore. If you push them a bit further, then their understanding about you is that this person is going to take me where I don't want to go. Stop them short, they'll want to try again, and they'll trust you that they can do that. And I reckon that's the one piece of advice that I would say was my best understanding after 30 years.
Cool. Well, thanks JJ for telling some stories and all your wisdom and showing us how to climb some hard stuff. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.